What's good? Welcome to another episode of the Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast, episode 53. I'm Swerving Ten and my man Edwin. Don't forget, you know what time of year it is. It's the holiday season. Check out the toy drive at Flipper's Barbershop, Troy, New York. We'll get you some information on that, but this is our fourth year. My man Ed started it, and it's going to the Rourke Center, correct?
That's right. The
You've
Rourke
been a
Center is,
bit.
yeah, yes, sir.
So what's up, brother?
Nah, man, it was good. Thanks everybody for tapping in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for us, hit the like button, make sure you give us a share. Nah, man, we're just tapping in, bro. We got some updates on the UnitedHealthcare CEO assassination, and we have some updates on the UFO business. And it's been moving quickly, bro. It's been wild.
Definitely nonstop, man. I thought it would cool down after the election, but hell no.
No, it just picked up even more pace, bro. It's insane. I can't even
Yeah,
believe it. It's interesting too because like it only seems to be getting progressively bigger. Like we have this brazen shooting in New York City. Nobody's even really talking about the drones flying over everywhere, especially New Jersey and now New York City. Um, it's crazy, man. Like we're in it's what a time to be alive, right?
it really is.
What a time, man. It to me, I can't believe it. So getting into the United Healthcare CEO assassination, man, there's been quite a few updates since it happened. And what's wild is they still have no evidence on this guy.
Still
Zero.
none.
No, not that I know of. Like, I mean, it's they actually. Did you see the picture where they showed his face, where he
I
was like
did.
smiling?
I
See if you
did.
could pull that. See if you could pull that up because like they got a blatant picture of this dude's face, but as far as I know, he used cash everywhere. He um he used cash, and then he also had his mask on for most of the portion of the time. What they have? They
So
had a look-alike contest.
yeah, in New York City today they had a look-alike contest. Homie's really turning into like a modern day Robin Hood. Not saying condoning him killing the CEO or whatever, but it's brought to light a lot of. We know the history of the health industry. It's toxic. It's deadly. It's money, 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 extortion, corruption. It's just hasn't been a patron saint. You think health, they're taking care of you, but it's the opposite.
It's the exact opposite. And a lot of times they take advantage of people. And what we're starting to see here in like this modern era where information is so accessible, we're starting to see that these companies are more based about profitability than to actually help the consumer.
Yeah, bro. I just, like, um, mom, she's like, in, you know, with the heart stuff, like aftercare, like some medicines like mess with her pressure and whatnot. But it's like I had to remind, like, listen, they're looking at your age. Like, remember they had the big debate about are seniors worth giving good health care to, or is it a waste of services, good services? But like, yeah, the medicine that they say you need, that you got to take the rest of your life, like that's all generating money. So if they can keep you on it and make money, and then you sent me that thing about McKinsey company, and I just was like blown away today. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, it was brought to my attention that, with with the words that were just like written in permanent marker on the shell casings was, I believe, I believe they were delay, deny, depose was written on the bullet casings after this dude shot him. And from what I understand, there's a book written by a Rutgers law professor. I don't know if you could pull that up, but it's a book by a Rutgers law professor named J.M. Feynman, written in 2010, but his was delay, deny, defend, and essentially why insurance companies don't pay claims and what you could do, and kind of did an expose on how these companies basically took this model and they said, you know what, no longer are the days that we're going to eat the cost. In a sense, we're going to push all of our stuff. There it is. Yeah. We're going to push all of our costs to the policyholders, to the consumers, and what's wild about that is this company, McKinsey and Company, were kind of the ones that laid out the groundwork for what, let me see if I could share my screen real quick. So this is McKinsey and Company, and we'll just do a quick little overview of who they are. Let me see if I can get a little scroll or a little zoom action in here so we can you see that all right?
Got it. It looks great.
All right, cool. So McKinsey and Company is an American multinational strategy and management consulting firm that offers professional services to corporations, governments, and other organizations. Founded in 1926 by James O. McKinsey, McKinsey is the oldest and largest of the MBB management consultancies. The firm mainly focuses on finances and operations of their clients. So essentially what this consulting firm does is they focus on your finances. They want to make sure that you are making the best bang for your buck and so on and so forth. But we're going to skip all that and we're just going to shoot down here to controversies just because for time's sake, we'll not get too bent into the history of this place. But, damn, why is this taking forever? Let's see what we got here. All right, so in recent history, Rajat Gupta, along with another McKinsey executive, Anil Kumar, were among those convicted in a government investigation into insider trading for sharing information with Galleon Group hedge fund owner Raj Ratranam. Excuse me if I butchered that. Though McKinsey was not accused of any wrongdoing, the convictions were embarrassing for the firm, since it prides itself on integrity and client confidentiality. McKinsey no longer maintains a relationship with either senior partner. These guys were both convicted of insider trading, but we'll get down to the good stuff. So let's see where we can get here with the that's consulting services, recruiting, culture.
What stuck out to me was is that, because they were a part of the Enron crash.
Here we go.
That was 2008, 2000.
So if everybody can see that, make sure you guys leave a comment down in the comment section. We'll definitely throw your comment up on the screen. We'll tap in. So let's see here. So yes, they were involved in the Enron downfall, the 2008 financial crisis, Valiant, its role in the opioid epidemic, which we'll get into in a second, the Rikers Island jail complex, fine for insider trading, accusations of conflicts of interest in U.S. bankruptcies, controversial clients, and association with authoritarian regimes, role in U.S. immigration and customs enforcement and ICE, role in Saudi clampdown on dissidents, Saudi Arabian influence disclosure, support of authoritarian regimes, China, work with Russian arms manufacturers. So the scandals go on and on and on and on and on, right? So, but what's interesting is that these people kind of laid the groundwork for how these companies would profit, right? But in the case of like Enron, so we'll go to that here. Let's go to the Enron part. So Enron was the creation of Jeff Skilling, a McKinsey consultant for 21 years who was jailed after Enron reportedly used McKinsey on 20 different projects. And McKinsey consultants had used Enron as their sandbox. Right. So like essentially they just been they get into these consulting firms, they consult these companies, and then they just fucking beat them down. They rob the shit out of them.
They make them a shit ton of money in most immoral way. Like it's a shit show. This company shouldn't even exist.
It shouldn't exist, and it really does. So what they'll do is they'll fire a ton of people, maximize profits. In this case, it relates to the insurance companies because the insurance companies took this model after dealing with people like McKinsey and Company, right? And then the money you think you're paying towards your insurance that is going to actually help you, say deductibles or co-pays or anything like that, say they say they're giving you 63%. And I'm going to butcher the numbers here, but at the same time, you're only getting 40 cents on the dollar, and then it ties into this stuff because the deny, delay, defend. That's what their motto was to like delay the insurance, deny the insurance. And then when you took them to court, they made it so impossible for these people to fight to litigate it. You know what I mean? And just in this case, this company with its role in the opiate epidemic. McKinsey advised opiate makers on how to turbocharge sales of OxyContin. Like turbocharge opiates. You know what I mean? This company is like shit. Like you said, shouldn't even exist.
You go down to that rebate, bro. That's what really, I think is next paragraph. That's that a rebate. You went past it.
Oh, my bad. Let's go.
No, you're good.
All right, so here it is. So McKinsey advised opioid makers on how to turbocharge sales of OxyContin, proposed strategies to counter the emotional messages from mothers with teenagers who overdosed on OxyContin, and helped opioid makers circumvent regulation. The firm also advised Purdue Pharma to offer pharmacies rebates based on the number of overdoses and addictions they caused. Bro, that is sick.
That shit blew my mind, bro. Like, these people should be shot.
Yeah.
Like, pharmacies, like, yo, we got another one, bro. We're getting bread for kids overdosing.
And they're getting
a bonus? 14 grand per OD?
Yeah. So McKinsey estimated that a rebate of $14,810 per event would mean that Purdue would have to pay CVS $36.8 million that year. In February 2021, McKinsey reached agreements with attorneys generals in 49 states, 5 U.S. territories, and the District of Columbia. Across the settlements, the firm agreed to pay nearly $600 million to settle investigations into its role in promoting sales of OxyContin. McKinsey has since apologized for its advice to opiate makers. So hold on a second. You just apologized for paying out for addiction and deaths caused and overdoses. Incredible.
This is just like one too. Like they have a list of shit that they've done.
This is just that right there. So we'll go back to this page here. And the list is incredible. So that's, like I said, we'll go through it one more time. Enron, the 2008 financial crisis, which we'll tap into because that was essentially the when the whole shit collapsed.
Yeah, it was
Valley,
damn.
yep. So we'll pop into 2008 financial crisis. So McKinsey is said to have played a significant role in the 2008 financial crisis by promoting the securitization of mortgage assets and encouraged the banks to fund their balance sheets with debt, driving up risk, which poisoned the global financial system and precipitated the 2008 credit meltdown. Furthermore, McKinsey advised all state insurance to purposely give low offers to claimants. The Huffington Post revealed that the strategy was to make claims so expensive and so time consuming that lawyers would start refusing to help clients. Next to this, 2016 McKinsey partner Navdeep Arora was convicted for illegally depleting State Farm of over $500,000 over a period of 8 years in collaboration with a State Farm employee. So, Valiant, a Canadian pharmaceutical company investigated by the SEC in 2015, has been accused of improper accounting and that it used predatory price hikes and boost growth. The Financial Times states that Valiant's downfall is not exactly McKinsey's fault, but its fingerprints are everywhere. 3 out of 6 senior executives were recent ex-McKinsey employees. Wild, bro. So, but again, there's a ton of them. Look at this.
See, this is similar to what Cash Patel was talking about. Like, so these guys work for McKinsey, then they go to government, go back to McKinsey. So like it's all oh my man, he used to work here. Call him up. He's in the State Department now. We need this. We need a charter. We need this. But it's that cycle of from government back to these corporations that they're trying to kill, man, because it's just toxic.
Well, it really is, and it undermines what it's supposed to be, you know. So, like this insider trading shit, the influence, the corruption, the government consulting. You know what I mean? Like it's it's bigger than just this company, McKinsey and Company. Like this happens with lobbyists and everyone else in Washington. And next thing you know, the politicians are bought. So it's just, and to me, it's incredible that we'll get back to the UnitedHealthcare CEO, but this is the shit. Like, so this is how it ties into this guy getting gunned down in New York City when I don't know. It could be that he was just trying to throw those bullets out there to maybe point people in a certain direction, or that's what he felt. Like he felt like, no, he changed the last word to depose, which to means to overthrow or remove from a high position. And he did it. So I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough to say. Like he's turning into like this Robin Hood kind of character. And they have pictures of his face, they have all of his movements, and homie's gone. Like, I don't know. You think this could be like an operation, like a psyop kind of gig?
I think it's strange that they release, but it is New York City, though. I mean, that's New
For
York
real.
City does, yeah. So I'll take that away. But all of this information, like they found this book bag in Central Park with a sweater and Monopoly money in it, bag full of Monopoly money.
Stop it. Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he had a bag full of Monopoly money. So like another thing, like your money is it's play money. Yeah, they found it today with yeah, with Monopoly money in it. I'm like, this
I
shit just
mean,
keeps getting weird.
but I guess it's kind of indicative of how people view these CEOs and view these companies because again, it's we're not condoning the murder, You know what I mean? But we could get how people feel being straight pressed down by these insurance companies, especially when you have people and family that you love that are being denied certain coverage for certain ailments, and like they're gonna die if this person, like, they don't have that type of shit, and this conglomerate that's making billions a year just says, we can't cover you.
No, they yeah, I was reading a story about which a lot of the social media responses are people that dealt with them when they were in need of healthcare coverage. Is like denying single moms care for cancer, medicine denials, like forcing people to pay $900 to get life saving medicine that they need. But these people are like, we're crying out for this help and assistance from you guys, and you guys just was like, screw you. And so a lot of these people are like, screw you right now. Um, so
Yeah.
it's wild, man. But the health
Well,
pharmaceutical
what's interesting to
trash.
me is what's interesting to me about the entire thing is just like the social, I guess, the social aspect of it now, because now it's turning into, like we mentioned earlier, like it's turning into such like I guess, a fable, its own legendary status that people are holding lookalike contests. Um, it's tough for me because I feel like obviously reform is tough. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that's the long route. And so an action like this, like you said earlier, it brings attention to this type of thing. What was it? Coincidentally, Anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield, the same day or the day before, I can't remember what it was, like had announced that they were going to stop covering anesthesia for a certain period of time. CEO gets shot. They walk back their statements now. Now they're basically saying like, "No, we're not. Nah,
Yeah,
we,
this. I
we
mean,
take that
this
back."
guy could be. He could have lost some money that was close to him because of the denials of health coverage or operations that people need. There's so many people that maybe he lost a kid. You know what I mean? He lost a kid because they denied him. Could be anything, or it could be it's the CEO was about to snitch on all their corruption that they had with UnitedHealthcare. So it's
Well,
multiple layers.
well, that was the other aspect we kind of talked about last episode, was that the primary owners were BlackRock and Vanguard, correct?
Hmm.
So he sold a bunch of stocks as well and came up on a lot of money and didn't tell anybody that they were under investigation. So, I mean, when you're dealing in certain fields, certain areas of business, listen, you could think it's totally a possibility that like that the mob had some sort of, this is pure speculation. Don't get it fucked up. But at the same time, but it's possible
Yeah,
that like like or, excuse me, a criminal organization could have legitimate money in those stocks, in a sense.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So, and guess what? You just cost us at how much?
yeah.
They
And
get
you took your money out. All you cared about was yourself. You
right.
know, he took 15 million out in stocks before the news dropped. So he definitely could have a lot of enemies out there that aren't happy.
Well, for sure. And but the wild part about it was is that they were saying that he really, like, there were some threats, but nobody even knew who this dude was until all of this happened. So it's this random guy just, it was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it my mission to find the CEO of the United Healthcare and track him down. I'm gonna stop at Starbucks, grab a coffee, grab a snack bar. I'm gonna, flirt with the hostel receptionist a little bit, and I'm gonna jam out, and I'm gonna get this guy. It just seems
He waited.
incredible.
He waited.
Yeah, he was there a bit earlier, right?
Yeah, yeah. He was there for At least a day in the city, just hanging out. Realistically,
Yeah, because they said he got off a he got off a bus from Atlanta, or he was getting like he may have fled on a bus going to Atlanta. I can't remember exactly what they said,
yeah, I'm not sure
but
on that.
they're essentially saying now that they have no details. They think the guy's gone.
Like no leads or nothing.
No, nothing that I know of.
They have
Uh,
it's up to 60,000 reward for information now. Let
really
me pull homie up real quick.
insane. Yeah, go ahead, do your thing. Make sure you guys leave us a comment, hit that subscribe button. We see you guys out there. Thank you for tapping in. We always appreciate it. If you guys have any thoughts on what this situation could be, drop us a comment. Leave that shit down there. Let's see what we got. All right, so here's the picture of homeboy flirting with the receptionist, and yeah, that's wild, man. So they got his face, like, but to
You
me,
think with a
he looks like a guy that could just disappear.
He does. I
You
mean,
know,
it looks like a chick too
in the one where he
on the left
smiled,
side. Yeah,
yeah, kind of, yeah, I can
yeah,
see that. The other side's a
right.
bit more manly, but let's not
Yeah,
assume gender, bro.
I know. Let's stop. Let's stop. Your mother get
Knock it
hurts.
off.
Nah,
No, but yeah.
it
So
doesn't matter.
to me, it's like he definitely didn't give a shit for sure. Like he was in a good mood. He seemed like it was. This doesn't seem like a Lee Harvey Oswald type situation where like I get it, it's not the president, but the homie's jovial.
Yeah,
Like he's having a good time.
he's glad. He's probably happy. His mission's gonna be achieved, or she, or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. I
he's
was only
happy.
joking about that. Yeah. Yeah, what's wilder too is they're saying that he shot him down with a veterinary gun. Like so it was like not exactly a gun with a silencer. And I'm not well versed in guns, but at the same time, like what I read earlier was that it's meant to have like kind of be silenced or muffled so you can't startle the animal while you're putting it down. And that's kind of why you see him cocking the thing like this every time. You know, he was cocking the gun. And it's wild, man. So what do you think? What do you think about this stuff though? With like everybody kind of I guess celebrating
Celebrating.
celebrating this dude's death, man. Cause to me it's interesting because I honestly can't in my right mind say that murder is justified. You know, like
Yeah,
somebody got to decide, homie got to pay. He had kids. I get it. He was the CEO. I get it. People have passed. I get it. But to me,
yeah.
it's like,
He had two. He had two kids. CEO, 50 years old. Feel for his family.
oh, no question. Absolutely. I definitely feel for his family, and I don't believe that dude was I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough because when you get to those billionaire levels, that's when they start getting weird and getting grimy
Yeah,
and just starting
yeah,
like peasant shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But
ah,
yo, what if you have your retirement account? You're about to retire. This dude sells 15 million in stock before the DOJ investigation is announced. Stock tanks, you lose a shit ton of money. Like, are you not going to be ready for war? Like, you're going to be ready for war. It's just
um,
time that all this shit stops, man.
yeah, it really is. And I feel as though even though this dude was murdered in cold blood, it was, I don't know if that was actually the action that needed to happen for these companies to wake up, but I think it makes these billionaires feel a little bit on edge. And it's like, all right, you know what? let's get back in touch with reality, and let's
Mm-hmm.
not. We already have billions of dollars. Like, I get it. It's like your job is to make money at a certain point. But again, you can't at the cost of people's lives and their health, man. Really, their health. You monetized health, man, and that's bugged out. Like you said earlier, there's no profitability in curing people. They need you sick. They need you eating all the junk. Go eat McDonald's. Go eat the Burger Kings. Go eat all the absolute garbage because they know you're going to be back. They know. And then it's like, why don't we have a cure for cancer yet? Why don't we have a cure for AIDS yet? I mean, I know they did some things with AIDS, but at the same time, why don't we have these cures?
Yeah.
So to me, it just doesn't make sense, man. Like I like, so where do you think they get this guy or what?
I think they'll get him.
You
I
think
think
so?
they'll get him. Yeah. He gonna get hella letters if he ever gets locked up though.
Oh,
Be
bro,
like, I want to marry you.
The lady's been swooning over this guy.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, yo, I'm writing you.
Look, I understand the tribal nature, man. Because it's like it's you just, I guess you made the statement. The only thing I don't like is it's the same people that don't think that P3DOs should be shot in the street. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you dig what I'm saying? Like, so it's just interesting to see how the social construct has been handling this shit. It's been
it
wild.
seems like we're really desensitized to death now, for the most
Uh,
part.
well, of course, man. Look at mainstream pop culture, right? So like every first person shooter game, and it's funny because like as a kid, when I was younger, I'd be like, nah, dude, stop it. But again, what it does is it desensitizes you to that killing. And then you couple that with like Hollywood with the gore movies and the murders and like that whole kind of culture. Yeah, bro. Guess what? It didn't surprise anyone to see that guy get shot in the back.
Mm.
You know? And now it's straight meme culture. Now it's going bananas on the internet.
Straight memes.
So it's interesting to see, man. I never thought I would see so many people like celebrating it. Like, what was it? United. You might be able to pull this up. I think it was UnitedHealthcare had issued a post, and there were more laugh reactions. That there's like some crazy for laugh reactions, and I don't know if they took it down or not by now, but they it's interesting to see, man. It's definitely interesting. And anybody that's just tapping in now, man, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you guys. We try to get into all of this stuff and figure it out. Leave us a comment. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, bro. Like where we go from here, I think. Let's see. They haven't found the weapon yet, so that thing's just gone. And they said homeboy walked into a bus station, but they didn't see him walk out, allegedly.
Didn't see him.
But this is what's intriguing to me is with all of them cameras, and this is why I almost feel like it's a friggin' psyop because this guy just gone in the wind. Gone. Like you could catch every ATM cameras, bro. Like they're everywhere. In New York City, you look anywhere, there's a camera. And he's just gone. Ghost. Later.
Gone. Nowhere to be found.
Yeah. So I feel like maybe in a city like New York City, he probably had some help, but I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, man.
It's we just gotta follow along for developments. I would say. I mean, it's just so. I think that's a lot of it too. Everything can be anything now. It's like it could be whatever. It's like whatever conspiracy you can dream up or thought. I mean, you can't even say conspiracies anymore because they're all damn true.
Well, that's what's interesting about like the COVID report, is that like they're really it we've been saying it for years, it's like a good conspiracy is one you can't prove. A lot of these things have been proven. Look at that McKinsey and Company. Make sure everybody goes and checks that out. That is some vile shit, and they've been caught 100 times over. So what do we got here? This is the Monopoly money.
Yeah, this is the latest on
Let's see what
the killer wore during the shooting. And last night, they believe they found it. And now they've cracked it open. Inside, Monopoly money. Those fake bills you use in the classic board game. It's the latest strange twist added onto the fact that the killer wrote the words depose, delay, deny on separate bullet shells found at the scene. The murder weapon still missing. But police now believe it may have been a rare gun used on farms to kill animals. And the timeline of his days in New York now more complete. Police learning key details from the two men he shared a hostel room with. Tom Winter starts us off tonight.
Tonight, crucial new evidence in the manhunt for the suspect in the targeted killing of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. This backpack, found in Central Park after air and ground searches, police believe is linked to the shooter seen in surveillance video. Two senior law enforcement officials say no gun was found inside. What was found? A jacket and Monopoly money. The NYPD says nothing in their investigation so far suggests the killing was related to Thompson's personal life.
The net is tightening, and we're going to bring this person to justice.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams says details like whether or not D on the shooter are being closely held.
We don't want to release that now. If you do, you're basically giving a tip to the person we're seeking, and we do not want to give him an upper hand at all.
But there are new details about the suspect. New York City's chief of detectives providing a timeline based on video footage to reporters. The shooter arrived in New York on Sunday, November 24th, and was caught on camera at the Port Authority bus terminal near Times Square. The bus he took originated in Atlanta, though it's not clear when the shooter got on, given that there were several stops on the way to New York. The shooter then took a taxi to the area where the shooting occurred. It was there for about a half hour before heading to a hostel on the Upper West Side where he possibly provided a fake ID to check in. He checked out of the hostel on Friday, November 29th, but checked back in the next day. While at the hostel, the suspect had two roommates who say he kept his mask on even when eating, lowering it only when taking a bite of food. And according to a senior law enforcement official, in this one moment upon his initial arrival when flirting with a woman who worked at the front desk, the shooter left the hostel at 5:30 a.m. the morning of the shooting. After the shooting, traveling by bike up to Central Park, then by taxi further uptown to a bus terminal where police believe he boarded a bus out of New York City. And from there, the trail goes cold. So he comes up over here and comes in on this part of the Port Authority. That's where the NYPD last sees him. But he could be right up here and over the George Washington.
So that's pretty interesting to see, though, because, again, now we have to look at the possibility. Did homie already have his bus ticket? Was all of that already lined up? If he was already planned and this coordinated throughout the whole thing, he thought about this for a while. He knew where he was going to go. He was familiar with the area, and he might have already, maybe he just changed, but he didn't get no clothes, so like maybe he hit a bus and see you later.
Hopped on a train or stayed in town. Shit, he could be up here.
Yeah, you're right.
In the Capital District, chilling.
Well, right, because what they said is like he came in on a bus that originated in Georgia, but it made multiple stops along the way. This dude, he wasn't dumb.
No, not dumb at all. Now he's on the damn run. They're making a big. This is a big story for them. It's one of their own. You know what I mean?
Well, of course, but
they're really obsessed with this.
Well, they were busting Elon's balls too, because Elon had like some Doge committee meeting and he had his kid there.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking shit on Elon, like, yo, CEO gets gunned down. He never hangs out with his kid before. CEO gets gunned down, and now he's out here father of the year with his little human shield. And I was like, come on, man. It's like the shit is just getting grimy. I don't think whether a kid was there or not, that dude wasn't getting gunned down. You know, the kid probably wouldn't have been hurt, but that dude was pretty intent on making that happen.
Remember the lady that was standing next to him?
Where's she?
He didn't shoot her. Oh yeah, where is she?
You know, because Google that. See, because I haven't seen any articles per se about that, like about them like interviewing the lady or like, because she dipped real quick, and I wouldn't doubt, especially with the way New York City is. And I'm not saying anything against New York City. I absolutely fucking adore New York City, as annoying as it can be sometimes. But this is one of those huge metropolitan areas where shit like this happens all the time. Not necessarily a giant tech CEO, but actual hits, actual murders, actual huge criminal organizations. Like you literally get the triads down there. You get fucking like just all kinds of wild shit. So obviously it's not out of the realm of possibility, and that dude knew that. Yeah, I think it puts all these CEOs on edge for sure, you know. And I guarantee you they're all moving with some sort of security at this point.
Have to.
Like who's the acting person for UnitedHealthcare now? Who like, don't they have to have, like, I'm assuming they would have to have a acting CEO or something like that. Is that you? Yeah. Yeah. Now we'll see what happens, man. I think that lady's gone. I think she's probably scared to death that that dude's gonna come and get her, or whoever he was dealing with is gonna get her. And I don't know. I don't think she talks, man.
Oh hell no. Who's gonna protect her? Like she
Not on that level.
Mm-mm.
So, and it's interesting because you'd think the feds would have to had tracked her down at that point, right? She's on camera. Not saying you can really see her face or anything like that, but this lady standing there at this particular spot in the morning, is she a guest? They probably check guest logs, hotel lobby surveillance, you know, to find out who that lady is. So it's not like they can't get a beat on her, right?
No.
Unless she's some random person just standing there with a coffee. Like,
strange, man. Really strange. There are some people are saying, this is the Fed's playbook.
How so?
They're just saying like it's too like over the top.
It's like, too perfect.
Yeah, it's like mapped out. Like, so you would say, how did he know what hotel he was staying in? how did he know? You know what I mean? Like, was it a guess? Like, or did somebody tell him, he's gonna be here, XYZ, staying at the hostel? Like, it's not like the CEO, he caught him outside their office. He was doing a private event.
And he wasn't from there either.
No, and not from that area. And so it's not like he comes to work every day at 9. So you would need some type of intel to know, like, he's in town. This is the hotel he's staying at. This is what time he's coming out. Like, otherwise, how do you know? You just got to guess.
You have to guess, bro. And that's what's interesting as well. So, like, you just happen to have perfect timing from the moment that you show up. And they said it. He was waiting around for a few minutes, and then he got him. It just happened to be perfect timing. But how did he know to be out there at that time? It's not like you're gonna, unless he knew what time the conference was, which I don't know what time the conference was that homeboy was on his way to. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess that could be information that the dude used to get there. But otherwise, you're looking at standing outside of there all day, bro, waiting for this dude. How'd you know? I'm not saying it ain't possible. You knew the conference time, but this has got the makings, bro, of like some real Jason Bourne shit, like some fucking some real secret agent man shit, like. And now look, the public is fucking rallying behind him,
Yeah, they're all like, we support you. You did good.
Yeah. Insanity, bro. This is the world we live in. Thank you, everybody, for tapping in. It looks like we got 108 eyes on us right now. Thank you, Twitter, for holding it down with 106. We see you. Make sure you hit that follow button. What I say, Twitter? My bad. It's X now.
I still call it Twitter. The bird lives on.
Well, so what's interesting about that, dude, is what is it now? So you used to tweet. What is it now on X? Is it still tweet or is it?
It's still tweet.
Tweet.
Still tweet. Yeah.
I was wondering if they shifted from the tweet.
Yeah. I think I heard Elon call it Twitter.
Did he?
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of people still do, man. Like, it's still just, I guess it hasn't sunk in yet about it being X. I always get it mixed up.
It's about free speech, bro. We can do whatever we want on X. Say whatever we want.
Bro, listen, I heard X is crazy. Like, and I'm just now getting into X. So, like, I haven't found the depths of X yet, which I'm not sure that I want to get into the depths of some of the shit I heard that happens on X, but
nah. It'd be like X would be like, oh, cute baby, first steps and shit, followed by like some OnlyFans dude randomly, like, oh, followed by like a drone in Ukraine blowing up a Russian.
Right.
Oh, like, yeah. Back to dudes talking shit about crypto and sports, like, and like one scroll down the timeline.
But that's what I mean. Is like there's shit. My shit's all conspiracy shit. So that's what I do. Like right now, that's my algorithm. But it's hilarious, bro, because a lot of people be telling me X get weird. X get really weird. But shout out to X. We love you, weirdos.
Yeah.
And thank you for tapping in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. So I mean, I guess we'll see where this case goes, man, and we'll obviously follow it. It's a conspiracy in itself, and we'll go from there, man. So another interesting thing that we were talking about before the podcast is that these UFOs or UAPs, excuse me, quote drones, whatever you want to call them, flying over New Jersey, and specifically, I guess we'll get into just New Jersey and then the UK, because right now that's where it's really popping at. And since the WebBot prediction that you brought up, right? So what was that? There's a WebBot that predicted certain things, that there would be Trump would go on Rogan's podcast, and then a couple days later, right? The prediction was it would be followed by. Can you get a quote on it? I know I'm butchering that shit.
No, you're actually crushing it. You're crushing it. Yeah, I'll get it out.
Yeah, just for the people, but essentially that's the case. Is that they've been flying over these hot spots, and nobody knows what they are. No real information from any real officials either. Army's not putting anything out. I think that actually, excuse me, the Department of Defense just did a classified briefing with the House Oversight Committee, and then there was also excuse me if I'm wrong, but our Air Force Major General Pat Ryder came out recently and addressed that they had some new classified strategy to deal with these UAPs or drones or whatever they may be. So we'll get into that a little bit more. But did you find that, Irv?
Yeah, got it up.
Yeah. Love it. I love it. But this is the banana shit. Is this information keeps happening? So, do you think like this? And again, here we go with the tinfoil hat. What do we got? Do you think the CEO thing could be a distraction, though?
It could,
or one or the other. Because think about it, these drones. And just putting on a tinfoil real quick, these drones are just flying over New Jersey, right? Unabatedly. Nobody knows where they came from. The government has issued no indication that they know what they are, who they're flown by. They're as big as cars. These aren't little. And they're flying with impunity over missile bases. What was it? Trump's golf club, maybe?
Yeah, Trump's golf.
And then Pickney Arsenal. And I could have screwed that up. Anybody from New Jersey can leave a comment.
Did you say that?
What?
It's a Episcopalian.
No, it's Pickney or Pictony.
You said it. Yeah, Pickney.
It's an army. Yeah, it's an arsenal or something like that down there.
They have some crazy weapons there.
Oh, really?
Crazy weapons, I heard.
Yeah. Well, either way, with the thing is though, is really, I guess people in New Jersey are worried. These things are all over the place. I guess they just moved. Like a lot of them are flying over New York City as well now, and there's no indication of what they are. Who's this guy?
Police chief of a local municipality, giving his thoughts on just a summary on what's been going on in his airwaves.
Last night around 8 o'clock, we got reports of residents seeing drone activity in the area.
The latest over Evesham, And those were big too, the police here saw.
Police went out, were able to observe some of them. We looked like there was reports of between 4 to 8 drones. They weren't like the typical types of drones you would think of, like a hobbyist that goes up and takes pictures of whatever. These more look like unmanned aircraft. There's some were as large as like an SUV flying around in the area.
Social media fueled fear has followed many of the drone sightings, and so has legitimate concern from government leaders. Governor Murphy posted that he convened a meeting on the drone activity with senior officials with Homeland Security, State Police, and the state's congressional delegation, and said there is no threat to the public at this time.
We monitored the area just to see, what they were doing, just to make sure there was no threat, seeing if they were looking at critical.
How do they know that?
We monitored them.
I don't get it. How do you know that?
Which they were out of here about 11:15, and then they headed towards Cherry Hill and ultimately towards Philadelphia.
Did it concern you this could be nefarious activity?
Yeah, I mean, especially with the advanced technology that it seems to.
Oh, like that.
They're not like most
advanced
drones,
tech.
they're within sight. These are obviously being controlled somewhere else. And there's obviously a purpose they're up flying.
Could you find out who was controlling them and where they were?
We're working on that. So we're working with the state police through the Regional Operations Center and ultimately with the federal authorities, FAA, FBI.
I checked like a flight tracker app and there's no planes in the area. You see these things go by and they're big.
If something that massive came down and into a populated area, it would be problematic. But it didn't. I mean, it was very windy last night. The size of these and the technology with them, they didn't seem to be affected by the wind. They were varying altitudes. They said sometimes as low as 100 feet, other times as high as 2,000 feet.
In East Township, Steve Keeley, Fox 29 News.
Yeah.
So these things are huge. And so now let's get into it, right? So these things, nobody has any information. You would think if they were hobbyist drones, right, it would be easy to tell what these things are. But yet, I do kind of get the impression that they're man-made, right? Like, to me, just me, in my personal opinion, with like the blinking lights and it's just consistent with, I guess, human shit, Who could be flying these drones, bro? Could it be an adversary? Could it be somebody, China, Russia, somebody like that that's just flying over our shit to let us know that they can? Or is this like a black project?
Yeah, I think it's us. I think we're testing some shit out. There's no way. Well, I would like to believe. I mean, they let the balloon fly, Chinese balloon fly all the way across the country without doing anything to it until it was passed, out to sea. But these things, and then we also have anti-drone technology that we could put up and bring these things down with no issues. It's fairly easy. So I don't know.
Well,
but
that's what's interesting about
these. They're having these meetings though, and these skiffs and stuff in Congress. So they won't say what.
Well, exactly, and that's what's interesting about it as well is that we're not being given the full story. So we're just getting this part that they are there. So anything else though, and what was that thing you had posted on Twitter this morning about the guy with the drones? Remember, it was something.
Oh, yeah. So there's this.
Let's see if you can get that, because that was super interesting when you posted that this morning, and I was like, it kind of looked pretty big drone, and
Yeah.
Could this be someone that the government pissed off or, maybe fucked on a government contract or, like a developer of sorts, contractor? Shout out to my niece Jules tapping in, and the rest of the girls, Mariah, Destiny, and Adeline. Yeah, they're over having a little sleepy
Little
sleepover.
girls.
All right, so who's this guy?
This is a tech. Let me see. I'll pull it up. This dude is super smart. Been through mad different corporations. Like a lot of people screwed him. Made mad money. Multi-billionaire in tech, and now he's doing AI drones and underwater ghost ships.
Really?
Yeah. It's yeah,
So what is
Palmer Lucky. Palmer Lucky is his name, and he just has a crazy story. This posted by Fernando Zhang. Well, at 16, Palmer was building VR headsets. Oh, okay, yeah, the Oculus. In his parents' garage, his first prototype was groundbreaking, 90-degree view. Let's see.
Stop it. So he did the Oculus?
Yeah. This is 16 years old. He developed more than 50 different headsets, each pushing boundaries. His designs explored wireless functionality, 3D, 270 degrees. So yeah, he shared it. And then eventually he sold it to Facebook. Facebook bought it for like $14 billion. And then he took that and ran with it. But now this guy runs a private defense AI drone program, and he found a way to bypass the bullshit, and he just goes straight to the government. So now he has contracts with Lockheed Martin,
sure,
Raytheon, and these old school defense companies are like, yo, you didn't do it the right way, man. But so like this guy's building shit like that.
So do you think maybe he got pushed out of, and this again, speculation, do you think this guy maybe could have been pushed out by a Lockheed or a Raytheon or a Skunk Works? And like you said, they kind of told him, like, bro, you didn't do it the right way. But now he's out there with his own AI drones with the capability of creating his own weapons, probably sourcing his own ammunition. And this is what it is now. And that's like I said, that's just working in like hypotheticals, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
That's scary shit. That's scary shit if you ask me, that you just described.
But this is like a Tony Stark in a sense.
Yes.
You know, exactly. So like, but how many Tony Starks are there in the world now? And everybody's competing to get these contracts because, again, the government awards contracts. So they're all bidding for these contracts and you don't get them, dude. Like, and now it's like, you know what? Let me just show you the capabilities of these things. This is a demonstration. We're over in the UK. We're in Jersey. We're flying everywhere else. But why those places? You know, I guess that's the only intriguing thing is just like, why are they over New Jersey? You know, of all places you could fly over, LA, even New York City at first. Like, you go to New Jersey, bro, some of your like rural town in New Jersey. Trump's golf course. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, let's hit Trump's golf course. Yeah, so this is Palmer Lucky. Like, you hit it on the head, man.
Can you go zoom in a little bit on that?
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, but right, he's probably a real life Tony Stark. Wait till we got the Iron Man armor out here. Yeah. All right, so this is I can still Still a little blurry to me, but if
Is
you
it?
want, yeah, if you want to read it,
Oh, okay.
go for it.
Palmer Luckey, 1992, young, is an American entrepreneur best known as the founder of Oculus VR and designer of the Oculus Rift, a virtual reality head-mounted display that is widely credited with reviving the virtual reality industry. In 2017, Luckey left Oculus and founded defense contractor Enduro Industries, a defense technology company focused on autonomous drones and sensors for military applications. Luckey is ranked number 22 on Forbes 2016 list of American richest. Let's see if we can find out more about his reality. 2017, Luckey left Oculus and founded defense contractor Enduro Industries, defense technology.
Yeah. Let's see what we got.
He got fired.
He got fired from where?
In
From
2006, I think Oculus. Let's see what this is.
So this guy was kind of rogue to begin with, sounds like.
Yeah, he donated. It was
He
reported
might
that
be. Go ahead.
donated 10,000 to Nimble America, a pro Donald Trump group that rated Billboard depicting 2016 president candidate Hillary Clinton with the caption "Too big to jail." This caused a small number of developers to temporarily cancel plans to support Oculus, including Scruda Games. Oculus support in their games unless Lucky stepped down, so they forced him out of Oculus's baby
No kidding.
because he
So,
donated 10,000 to pro Donald Trump.
so for political purposes, they moved him, right? And this is during the first election, I'm assuming.
Yeah, 2016.
Which is wild, bro, because that like this still is like all of this political persecution amongst people that express their political views, and they force him out of his own company.
Just horrible. Here's one of his contracts he won. Wow, this guy. In February 2022, Lucky announced that Enduro had won a $1 billion contract to lead counter unmanned system work for State Special Operations Command, SOCOM.
That's what he was hired to do.
Yeah, SOCOM.
So and it said unmanned, right?
Yeah.
So and what's funny is like what was funny in that that video we watched a little while ago with the sheriff, he said these look more like unmanned drones more than like a hobbyist drone. Like they're pretty sophisticated, you know. But obviously if these things can get over there and be flying around and nobody knows what they are, obviously they could have a payload on them too.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, like they're like, there's nothing to worry about.
Nah, dude. They could have laser weapon technology, sonic technology, all kinds of weirdo shit, and they would never even know. What's weird to me is like, why haven't the F-16s been scrambled, bro? Why haven't we been hearing about that? Didn't you say you were like tracking some helicopters earlier?
Yeah, there was some helicopters circling around. There was also a private jet that flew in off the coast on, I want to say, Wednesday, and they
Right.
sent F-16s to fly it into DC, and then the F-16s peeled off.
Really? Yeah, see, that's incredible. See, and again, we don't have anything. We don't have no pictures of these things. You guys could catch, what was it, the Go Fast video? You could
Yeah.
catch that thing on forward, what was it, forward looking
Flare.
infrared. And you can't see what one of these drones are.
Nope.
I don't know, bro. It seems kind of sketch. It seems kind of sketch to me. Like you said, it might be ours, bro. I think what a better way to test your technology against your own current technology.
But they're freaking everybody out, man.
Well, they're causing hysteria. But
Hysteria.
this is what, all right, so this is what was interesting about the WebBot prediction.
Mhm.
And did you ever get that pulled up? Like what the WebBot? Let's see. Let's get that up there because the WebBot had predicted this shit, and essentially the way I saw it framed, and that's why I wanted the quotation for everybody to see because it to me it almost framed it as they were oh shit! Now I lost my train of thought. Motherfucker.
Oh, the battle in the skies.
The WebBot. Yeah, it would. There it is. Yeah. So essentially, they would find it would turn into a melee as opposed to like the alien invasion would like there would be incursions and then it would turn into an alien invasion or like a melee or some shit. Like I remember specifically melee. Let me see here. Yeah, all right. WebBot, there would be visible conflict with autonomous vehicles that will lead to a melee. I literally had it written down right in front of me. Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
We're getting more stuff on the possible drone down in Hunterdon County, New Jersey right now.
So let's see what's up with that.
People are listening to the scanners. Let's see.
And this just happened, right?
Yeah, this is just going on.
So from reports that we're seeing, one of these drones where was it down at, Irv?
Hunterdon County in New Jersey.
Okay, so it's still in Jersey. Crashed drone. I see, and that's what's interesting is again, here we are. How long ago did it go down? And if it wasn't something nefarious, I feel like they would have came out and been like, "Oh, it's a prank." You know, we found out who did it.
Let's see if we get. I thought this. I mean, I thought this one was this was good too because they had Congressman Burdette on talking about it.
Yeah, and the other interesting part was that they were flying over water reservoirs, electric transmission lines, rail stations, police departments, and military installations. Ooh, what do we got?
They ain't doing that shit to me all the time.
What they hit you with the click and bait?
Yeah, nah, it's I got it. All right.
Bait and switch.
Yeah, bastards.
House Oversight Committee member
But
Tim
they show a
Burchett
little
joins
bit
us
of the
now.
footage.
Congressman,
Like
thanks
this.
for joining us this morning. This is a little bit personal to me. My entire neighborhood, everybody in the surrounding cities, seems like it's all anybody's talking about because there are so many sightings. We're going to show you the one outside of my house that my kids captured just on Thursday night. But what are your thoughts on this? What's happening, and why don't we have more information? That's over my house. Yeah.
It's one of three things. It's either individuals, it's either the Chinese, or it's our military. or a combination thereof. Honestly, you don't see a lot of that in Tennessee, where I'm from, because everybody's got a 12-gauge shotgun, man. And I suspect we need to open the season up on drones. But it's I've been briefed on military maneuvers where we know that that the Chinese are doing that. And so it's a real problem. I think we need to, and honestly, they don't respect this country right now because of who's in the White House. I mean, you saw the Chinese balloon; it was able to fly over our secret installations, and even in Tennessee over Oak Ridge, it turned around and went back. We could have dropped it up in the Pacific a long time before it went all the way across the ocean. They dropped it off the coast of Myrtle Beach. So they are actually testing us, I feel like, and we're failing that test. And until Donald Trump gets in the White House, you'll continue to see this. But I would say it will sharply drop when he.
That doesn't make me feel safe that I have to wait till Donald Trump is in office to find out what's flying over, like literally outside my window. We're not even talking like way over my house.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you've got local laws and regulations, and I would suggest you petition your local folks. But FAA is supposed to control the airspace, and they're failing at their job.
Here's what just so you know, everybody in my neighborhood is calling the police station and the sheriff, and then the sheriff says call the FBI, and nobody gets any answers. Here's what the FAA said. They said safely integrating drones into the national airspace system is a key priority for the FAA. We look into all reports of unauthorized drone operations and investigate when appropriate. What? Like, that doesn't tell me anything.
That's gutless, ma'am. And that is the attitude of the federal government. And I suspect our friends at DOJ will make that report. And I hope Congress has the guts to do something about it. But that lies the problem right there. Because what you'll do is, as I stated on my X account, it had over 3 million views. What I said the problem is the congressmen that are in that room. They got to get the guts to do something about it. And if they make the propeller in one guy's district and the battery in the other parts of the district, they're going to say, well, we need to study this for a while. And we don't need to study it, ma'am. It needs to go away.
So, yeah, I mean, it's interesting that he would, I guess, push it on to the FAA, right? Which is supposed to regulate airspace. I get that. But, like, are they supposed to scramble jets to go remove drones from a certain area? Or there was an incident where they stopped the medical helicopter from landing, So it's like, what's the FAA supposed to do, right?
It seems like they're not working together in a sense. Kind of like on some 9/11 bullshit. Like nobody knows what anyone's doing. But the silence is really aggravating, and the secrecy is really aggravating.
Well, that's I don't know. That's why it's always pushed me more towards the idea that instead of it always struck me as like if aliens were to come here, I'm sure in space there are good aliens, there's bad aliens, extraterrestrials, whatever you want to call them, entities, whatever. There's good and the bad, right? But I feel like if the ones that came here that were good, they kind of be beyond that war shit. It's like we've evolved long past. We ain't got to do all that. You know what I mean? But in this case, it's almost weird to me because like it's not like they're really doing anything, but if it feels like more like a way to create hysteria and then almost invoke a false alien invasion. You get what I'm saying? To like stage. I know I just dragged that out forever, but like a staged alien invasion.
You're 100% right.
And what better way to get the masses and the population in line than to stage this crisis? You create the hysteria. You got it going on over in Europe right now. They're flying through war zones. They don't give a shit. And then you have them over military bases, nuclear bases, everything else, and you start releasing all these headlines. You really think the government would put it out there if they're flying over our nuclear missile sites?
And that's they've been buzzing in the nuclear power plants, and there's a nuclear base out in Jersey, and they've been buzzing it. And then they hit a nuclear base in Las Vegas, Nevada, a couple of weeks ago too, and then the ones in the UK.
Right, NATO bases.
NATO bases. I think it's man, it's government, and there's also a non-human factor to it too.
You think so?
It's
Like AI?
It could be AI. I mean, the Spare network is AI for sure. That's the metal balls. They're definitely AI. I mean, it's crazy, man. I'm racking my head with this shit.
I would just think if these drones were drones in the traditional sense, they would just say that, you know. I just feel like the information about them being over these bases is given to us on purpose. Like, it's like, oh yeah, they're buzzing around. We don't know what they're doing. They're disabling systems. They're doing this. They're doing that. That could lead them to setting them off. Like, it's hysteria. People are going to be frightened and be like, no, wait, what is this? This is something we don't know about. Like, and then what a better way? Like, what was it? Werner von Braun on his deathbed allegedly said that. And he allegedly said that it's going to be a staged alien invasion as opposed to a extraterrestrial civilization coming to take us over, you know. And that'd be like the last straw for like the one world government. Like, everybody's fucking on smash. Like,
we can't. People, it's so messed up now. But even with AI and how good AI is now, it's like, even if aliens landed, even if it was a fake, people aren't gonna believe that shit. And like, get the hell out of here with that shit.
Right, it's AI generated video, bro. There's no way it landed on the White House.
No, we're done. Yeah, it's generated. So
imagine that they show up, you don't even take them seriously.
No, fuck out of here. Yeah, they're like, hey, we're here. Like, yeah.
Look at this fucking bozo. Guy in an alien costume on a Sunday. Look at this guy.
Yeah, Sunday. They're like, no, I'm real. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah. No, but I think I don't know, man. With more and more of the stuff that comes out, I almost feel like we're leaning towards that because just the lack of information. This New Jersey thing isn't new. It's been happening for weeks. And like it does coincide with the WebBot predictions, but it's only getting more and more, I guess, these what was that? I listened to a police chief say that they're like more nefarious than anything. Like, they're just
he's like, they're not regular drones. The size of them, the wind was crazy, and the time, they're up there hours upon hours, and they're flying back out to sea.
Insane. So, well, I mean, I guess it would be possible if it was an adversary and they flew back out to sea, you know. I guess it'd be possible, but we would know if something were in our waters for sure.
Definitely.
So, and at what point is that? That means that drone would have to fly like so crazy of a distance to get back to a source. Then, you know, maybe it's a USO. And what's interesting too is I don't know if you saw, But Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp released allegedly what is the first I guess civilian recorded USO or transmedium.
Did. You know,
You saw that?
I did.
See if you can find a video on that, because it was pretty cool to see that they watched it go in. I couldn't see it go in the water, but it's a pretty dark video. But this is allegedly of a craft that can fly through the air and then also go into the water and maneuver with no restriction. So, which is wild. Imagine that, being out to sea, bro, and you just see this thing fly out the water. Which is that like some inner Earth civilization shit? Like, what do you got bases under there? Like, what's going on here? Is it fucking Atlantis? Like,
Danny Sheehan said they had a base off Baja California recently.
No kidding.
Yeah, he said that it's a fact. It's not even.
Well, they say there's so much that's how much activity there is there. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, he's like they tracked it. They know where it is. He just was like,
well, I know they failed to comment. Like, I know one of the questions during the UAP hearing, this past one, was like if there were certain places off the coast of California that they had an idea of being some sort of base, and I know they deferred that question to a skiff. So,
they moved it off.
I think that's what they said. I think they were like, they would have to talk about it in a closed setting. So, and there's been tons of activity in California for years. So I know they were talking about like Northern California too, where like Mount Shasta is. Like they would talk about things flying right out of the mountain. Like you just see them coming right out. So I'm almost wondering if we're dealing with like an inner Earth civilization right now, and that would be incredible too. And they're just like, "Yo, man, you guys are getting stupid close to nuclear war. We're tired of fucking playing with you guys."
Yeah, because I mean, you got the spiritual component, angels and demons. You got extraterrestrial and Anunnaki creating us, and then you got the human element of it. Like, it's all kind of coming together.
Like we're all bugged out.
Yeah, we're all fucking bugged
many of which are located high in the desolate areas in the mountains, where very few people ever go. And beneath the sea, there's a major base in the Pacific that we're virtually certain exists off Baja, between Baja and Guadalupe Island, potentially beneath the ocean floor. This has been monitored. We have hundreds of videos of the vehicles coming and going from that location and plunging into the sea. And going down into and coming from this base. This is extraordinarily important for everyone to understand. Very importantly, there is some percentage inside our national security state apparatus that knows this to be true. Bases here on our planet.
Yeah, see, but again, if you look at like the Antarctica shit, the Nazis having an interest in all of that shit and allegedly having a truce or some sort of alliance with an extraterrestrial organization. It's wild, man, because these things have been happening. It's been happening for thousands of years, but I don't know. I feel like these drones in particular would just be a bit more advanced, I guess you could say, if it was like somebody that was like extraterrestrial. Like,
but if you think, okay, like these people, like we've been showing them the UFOs, but or if you want to copy our bullshit tech, but it's better tech. It's better than our tech. Still, I mean, our drones can't fly that long. They can't turn around. Like they can't. These things move. There's got to be hundreds of them because people are seeing like 8 in the sky at a time. So
right.
these things as big as a car fly for hours. Nobody knows where they're coming from. Nobody knows where they're going to. They got stupid lights on them. The lights don't even make sense. Like they're all crossed on. They look like planes. They sound like planes.
Do you think, like, so you know how there's like the traditional TR3B, right?
Yes.
Where we have like this energy pulse, it lights up around the triangle, it's gone, poof. Do you think that this could be like 2 separate entities? You know, so like there's the guys that fly the TR3Bs, and then there's these drone operators or these manned drones, you know, in a sense, you know, like, do you think it's two different sides like vying for power in a sense?
Yeah, it seems like it's either that some aspect of it is like non-human technology, right? And then like it's like maybe they're duplicating or making fun of the shit that we do. You know what I mean? Like because these UAPs that are in Jersey they don't make sense.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is it they're kind of human-esque, you know?
Yeah.
You got
But
the blinking
still,
lights, you got the
yes.
you know, but it's, to me, like any extraterrestrial technology like that would be like, again, the TR3B is the closest thing I can relate it to because
Yeah.
like, never laid direct eyes on something unidentified, you know, but it's like, what in the world kind of technology powered that? And then you just have these things, you know, that are just cars. Like this SUV is a pretty big drone. And what kind of battery does it take to fly that thing and operate it for hours on end? You know,
And
what
they
kind
even
of
have
power?
the stupid.
See,
Just a
that's
picture of it.
Right? That's the TR3B.
Yeah, that was just pulling it up so people can know what you were referencing. It's just a mock-up, nothing real or anything like that.
Right. That's what a lot of people say it looks like. And that circle there, what ends up happening is like the theory is that they tap into 0 point energy and are able to warp space and time and essentially end up from here to Russia in a matter of seconds, as opposed to regular traditional flight. But a lot of these things don't look like that.
No.
You know, so did you find that video, the USO? Jeremy Corbell? I think it was on an episode of Weaponized.
Yeah.
Because that shit's bananas too. If I was ever on a cruise, bro, and that shit like came out oh man, get me off the boat. It would be even crazier that if like it was ours, like we had these underwater bases. Imagine this, right? Check this theory real quick. Or maybe like all of this shit that they're doing to us, the wars in Ukraine, the CEO shit, these big acts of violence, like all of this other stuff is just a distraction. and then the world's governments are actually working in tandem to have like some sort of like underwater base to where any real extraterrestrial threat, you know, we already have this, you know, I don't know, maybe we're getting ready to compete.
You think the time for defending ourselves,
right? You wouldn't want to
against
give up
others.
you wouldn't want to give up your little stupid nuke. Like the nukes are one thing, you already know we got them. But if you didn't know we had these underwater bases and this crazy tech, you know, at least it gives us a fighting chance against any real terrestrial like threat.
We would hope. I mean, they had some shit like that.
Of course,
but nah, I mean, they saying there's a galactic federation and there's troops and shit out there fighting all across the galaxy and shit, which is
yeah. The Captain K story is exceptional because if you believe the guy, you believe he spent 20 years fighting aliens over Mars. And it was a coalition of the world's governments, and they were a part of the Galactic Federation. And then he comes back 20 years later. They brainwash him. What was it? Age regression as well.
Yeah.
Like they allegedly age regressed him and then sent him back in the world. And he like obtained all these memories of him fighting. And then who was it? Corey Good as well. Was another one that said that he was like scooped up at a young age, sent out to space, and he I think promoted the Sphere Network, like the Sphere beings.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that though, man. Imagine that shit. You got that USO video? Let's see what we got here. No, let me see. I think I saw it on Threads earlier. So weaponized. Let me see if I can grab it. Weaponized.
Not find that shit. I watched it last night.
The podcast or the video?
Here it is.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I got it.
Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, man.
Thanks for hanging out tonight. Saturday night. What's everybody getting into?
I know, right? Got 130 people on X, 3 on YouTube, and 1 on Facebook. Thank you for tapping in. We appreciate you guys. We're definitely trying to be out here and getting through this shit, trying to help everybody kind of sort this stuff out. Yeah, but it was here we go.
But this thing is gradual down to the water, and it's like it's showing off. It's not trying to hide. It's not in a hurry.
It's teasing you. And you can see the reflection from it's a real reflecting off the ocean. It's right down there. Is it going to go in? And boom, there it's in the water.
And you can see the reflection in the water. I've never seen anything like that. It was unbelievable. And I've talked to people since who work RLVs, who work these sensor equipment, things like that, and they've never seen anything like that either.
Tell by the color of the water. Oh, that's just a light.
It's getting deeper too.
Under the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it getting deeper as it goes down. It's not just sitting on the surface and there's swell between you and that and whatever it is. That thing's in the water and it's diving.
And it's going deeper, and it reminds me of the green because it does look green when it goes into the water, and that's because it's like a yellow light and then the color of the water like you described earlier. So this thing is in the water.
The bioluminescence of it, yeah.
And what makes you say it goes deeper?
Well, you can see it. It fades. It doesn't come back up out of the water there. It's equalizing to its surrounding, I have a feeling. And it submerges. You can see it go down into the water until the water, the darkness of the water, consistency of the water.
Wow.
So you see what I'm saying? Like that's a super interesting video. This thing flies from wherever it was coming from, and to me, it was almost like kind of just seamless going into the water. It didn't really like. I guess from the video, I didn't even get an impression that it like splashed in,
No,
or made any real
like there's no difference between air or water.
right. So I think it was this. There was like no real disturbance, right?
No, none. Quiet.
And then it popped. I think later on in the video, though, it did pop back up because I think they were doing an ROV, right, which was down in the water. They were like, I'm not sure if they were looking at like a shipwreck or something like that.
Yeah, it was like the reasons they were out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they were pulling up an ROV, and that's when they spotted it and put the camera on it.
I want to get because they went to sleep and left the cameras out there, and then it came back up hours later, and flew away.
No way.
Yeah, they left it up, and then it comes back out of the water.
That's insane, bro, because think about that. You think that's like, all right, so obviously if that thing can do all that shit, it knows that boat is there. It knows the camera's there. Presumably. So maybe they're just next to a base of some sort. An entrance. Because why would the thing come back out that way?
I would like to see where was their location. That's a good question.
The video should say. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Trans medium. Oh. No, that's the jellyfish. But either way, yeah, I'm not sure where they actually filmed it. Wait. George Knapp reveals trans medium. Let's see if this is. This is MSN. Giant flying triangle. This is an episode of Vetted Dough. Yeah, so it happened. You can get the video on the Weaponized podcast, but it shows the thing going right into the water and then coming back out. I'm not exactly sure where it happened, but I know they were diving on a shipwreck. So, but there it is. Like we're getting better videos now of these things coming out. What's crazy is that who's releasing them? Like the government isn't releasing videos like that. Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp are. They are. So I don't know, man. Like to me, there's a lot of good theories about who they could be, what they could be. I think, especially with that Tony Stark dude too, we spoke about. It's like it's not off the table that this could just be us posturing, or humans posturing. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, it's exciting. We got a lot of shit going on. Keep an eye on the UK. There's also stuff going on in Ukraine and all of that stuff, and just globally. So everybody's been talking about a big reveal coming. That's why they're trying to get this information out as fast as they can, but leak it slowly and bring us along slowly because something's coming that will be undeniable, whether that's a staged alien invasion or
could be a religious event, could be a number of things.
Yeah.
It could be the quintessential asteroid in the sky, because again, some whacked out the dinosaurs. So it's been a long time.
Then they were talking about the current ocean current stopping like in the next few years, not even far away. I'm like, you do realize that's like ice age shit, right?
Yeah.
But they're just casually mentioning that.
Yeah. Well, I know Elon has spoken about it, but there's been a few other people that have spoken about it that have said, instead of like, how with climate change, they're saying we're getting hotter and like it's melting the caps and it's, the water levels are rising and we're losing shoreline. Well, a lot of people argue, especially Elon and some other scientists, that we're actually in a cooling phase. And this is what happens throughout Earth's history is that we go through warm phases and then we go through cooling phases. But what we should be really worried about is the cooling phase, because say that's what happens. Say an ice age happens. Now, what? Are we prepared for an actual ice age? Absolutely not. Say if there's a pole shift, boom, boom. Now the pole shifts. Well, none of us know what to do. Whatever remaining survivors, I guess you could say, after hurricanes, volcanoes, tornadoes, absolute apocalyptic measures, I don't know.
Yo, it's a lot of that shit is like right on the cusp of something's coming. I mean, it's inevitable. We live in a wild universe, wild galaxy, and it's dangerous out here. It really is.
We really don't know what to expect. We can obviously only help or hope that whatever is coming is benevolent, right? That's how it goes, is benevolent and malevolent. So let's hope that they're not the typical reptilians. Although did we talk? I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast about Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah,
saying that
we didn't talk about it. No,
that you should see if you can get the Howard Stern video, dog. It's Billy Corgan talking about how he had sex with an alien, a reptilian shapeshifter. He doesn't say reptilian, but a shapeshifter for sure.
Shapeshifter.
Which that's pretty wild too. And who knows? He said he was completely sober and it happened twice. And
he was good.
Well, yeah. So basically what he said was, he's like, imagine you're looking at someone 1 second, you turn around, you look back, and it's a different person. Right? Yeah. So you got the video is crazy. The video is why it's a Howard Stern. Let me see here. Billy Corgan.
Yeah, I think he sent it to me.
Billy Corgan, Howard Stern. Yeah, it was actually, it should be in there somewhere. Shapeshifter. Yeah, because it was interesting that he would say that on the all right, so I guess I'm just gonna play this guy's shit. Let me see if we can share here. You know what? Hold on. Let me see here. That's Buns. Let me see if I can just go get our video. Because that's just the audio. your videos. Nice. But we actually put together a video of Billy Corgan talking about it. Because it was actually him talking about it, not just the audio. Billy Corgan. There it is. Let's see if we can play it here. View on YouTube. All right, let's add this to the stage.
No sound.
No sound?
Mm-mm.
Did
you mute it?
I don't think so. No, it's not muted on my end. Hold on, let me see if I can turn it up. Might be loud now, but we'll see.
Huh.
No sound?
Still none on my end.
All right, so
you can hear it?
I can hear it. Somebody leave a comment. Can you hear it? But if you go to if you want, or because it never works on my end, if you want, go to our YouTube and the video is right there, Billy Corgan. And there you go. Because for some reason the sound's always weird on my end. I don't know why it does that.
Some reptilian shit.
They're not, they're trying to jam us up, man. Trying to get us, bro. Already. We got 139 people watching. Shout out to you guys. We appreciate it.
Where's everybody from? Where's everybody tuning in from?
Leave us a comment. We'll definitely throw it up on the screen. We appreciate you guys tapping in, listening to all the weird shit that we like to talk about. And we know you guys are out there. Did you find it on our YouTube? It should be under shorts.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Let's see what we got.
Shapeshifter. You dropped a bombshell. Let's just say I was with somebody once and I saw a transformation that I can't explain.
The person transformed into something other than human.
Yeah. Imagine you're doing something and suddenly you turn around and there's somebody else standing there. I know it happened. In fact, it happened twice. On top of that, with in a world where people treat it as if I'm crazy. And it's like, I'm here to say, now maybe I had a hallucination, but I saw what I saw.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, to question somebody's reality is a strange thing.
The second time you saw a shapeshifter, where were you?
It was the same person. This happened with the same person twice. And I will say,
go ahead,
since we're on radio, that the story is even more fantastical than you think. The person was naked.
Realize that?
About the alien, the shapeshifter.
You dropped a bombshell.
Let's just say and I saw a transformation that I can't.
That's Billy Corgan saying that he basically had sex with a shapeshifter. Now, what's wild is somebody had commented on that. I don't have your YouTube name, but shout out for commenting on it. Herb, can you look up a picture of DRC? I think it's DRC. And I don't want to throw out any speculation here, but the guy commented on our video about Billy Corgan and said that it was DRC, which was his bandmate. And when you get a look at her, I believe her name was DRC.
DRC.
I could be way off.
Darcy. Yeah, DRC. All right.
Yeah, pull her up real fast.
All right, let's see.
If she's a shapeshifter, she's hot. She's hot for a shapeshifter.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah. I'll get into the good stuff.
Some images over. Let's see if we got something.
Look, there's one right there. Yep. You already know.
Right here?
Yeah. So any of those really. But look at like the one where she's with the guitar up here. It's top one, third in.
Top one, third in.
Yeah. There you go.
That's creepy.
See if you can blow that image up.
All right, gotcha.
So now I'm not going to assume anything, right? But the person that commented on our short suggested that it was the RC, and then later on she was actually kicked out of the band, I believe. I don't think obviously for those reasons, but
like you're.
But it's an interesting theory. So the what's wild is on the Howard Stern show, though, he did say it wasn't anyone famous, but I don't know if that was maybe a dig at her or something like that.
This is the first time I'm seeing her face. Like, I've listened to Smashing Pumpkins, you know what I mean? I've saw videos and shit. I've never knew who. So technically, to me, she isn't famous.
Right.
I'm sure a lot of people.
Right. Billy Corgan would be considered famous.
Yeah. I didn't even know they had a chick bassist.
Yeah.
Forgive me, you Smashing Pumpkin fans, freakazoids.
But see that shit? Like, and he said that fucking the person wasn't necessarily famous, and because like he told Howard Stern, but not on the radio. He was like, "Yeah, I'll tell you off air." You know,
did he say?
If you look, so the video is chopped up a little bit, you know, just because we had to get it down into a short format. But it's he does go on to explain that he's not going to name names on the air, but he will tell Howard Stern if he can keep a secret. And then he just never heard about it again on the Stern show. But pretty big deal. And he said it, like he said he was perfectly sober. He said maybe it's possible that I had a hallucination or something like that, but he saw what he saw, you know, and he believed it.
Would that freak you out?
Would it freak me out?
You gotta be freaked out, right? Like,
I don't know, man. It depends. You know, yeah. Oh, dude, listen. Yeah, if I turn around lizard person, yeah, I'm gonna be like,
yeah, reptilian.
But this is the thing, though, is what a lot of these encounters have said, and there's a lot. Like anybody can go get videos on YouTube of somebody that allegedly slept with a reptilian. I guess if it was DRC, let's take her for an example, right? Like she would be that same kind of hot chick, but in reptilian form, like maybe just scalier, or you know, maybe just like
scalier.
I like, you know what I'm saying, like more reptilian, like, you know, but I don't think it's like as exaggerated as, like, I would say reptilian humanoid in a sense, you know. But who knows? I don't know. It would definitely bug me out. I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, yo, what's going on here?
We got some questions, but we'll see how this goes. Yeah, that's wild, man. But yeah, again, 146 people. Thank you guys. We broke records tonight. 147, 143 on X. Shout out to X holding it down out there, man. 3 on YouTube. Oh, see, here we go. And 1 on Facebook.
Was our one on Facebook chilling out, hanging out?
All right.
There's a reptilian chick.
I know.
Anybody interested?
Yeah. Well, I was watching this show the other day, man, where it was like crimes of the paranormal or something like that. And there was like, I don't know if you remember back in 2020, there was like a giant explosion in Tennessee because there was this guy that was convinced that I would have to look up his name.
Did he pull he did like a car bomb?
Yeah, so he pulled up in the RV with the telecommunication. Like, look at Google.
Yeah,
Google
I remember
Tennessee bombing 2020, and homeboy parked his RV with himself inside it and blew it up outside of a telecommunications center. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he was convinced that the world was being ran by lizard people. And that was his whole motive. His whole motive was to like hit the lizard people, bro. He pulled the lizard. Yeah, there's a video of his RV sitting outside the telecommunications building, bro, blaring a siren saying evacuate the area. Like, try to clear out.
Around now, like this time of year, it was like either Thanksgiving or Christmas Eve or something.
It was Christmas Eve or some shit. Yeah, 2020. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was like some computer software engineer or computer repair guy, and he knew his shit, man. He knew his shit.
Anthony Warner.
Yep, Tony Warner. Yes, see if you can get his mug up there. But he believed that reptilian shapeshifters were after him, and it's weird, man. Some people have to really take a step back and look at like, yeah, sure, this shit could be possible, but you can't make it like your entire person. There he is. And the show is called Out There, I believe, Crimes of the Paranormal. Really good season 1, if anybody's interested in checking it out. But they went over this guy, and he was so paranoid, bro, that he filled his RV up with bombs, blew up, and he knocked out communications for like airports, a couple states, ATM cards, like all kinds of shit. So wild. Yeah, 149. Shout out, guys. Look at that. We are crushing it tonight. We appreciate it. Oh, yeah. So here's the explosion. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Hence, downtown Nashville. It doesn't have any sound on it, does it? Where it's playing the
No, the message before, not on this one.
Yeah, because it had a message where it was telling people to kind of evacuate the area. But yeah, tons of explosives. And yeah, when the police, it was crazy because when the feds raided his shit, they were like, that's what they found. They've had nothing but like research. The dude was in such a fucking deep rabbit hole, bro, that he was like out in the woods looking for fucking reptilians and tracks and like all kinds of crazy shit. And then got so paranoid that he blew the building up. It was planned.
He didn't kill anybody, right? It was just all
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. I know a lot of people were injured because there was people in those buildings. I know the target was
three people.
3 people died or 3 people
Nah,
injured.
minor injuries. Everybody was pretty much out of the area. I don't think he was trying to hurt people. He wanted to cause attention to.
Oh, that's one of the things he had said is that he would be remembered forever, and that it would bring awareness to the essentially that there's this reptilian race that exists amongst us and controls I've always believed that what was it their British government and those ancient bloodlines and all that motherfuckers are definitely reptilians. My opinion.
Let's see.
What we got here?
Let me right now.
Sometimes it'd be tricky.
This one was strange.
150. Shout out.
Buck Fifth? Yeah, what up?
Buck 50. Make sure you leave us a comment. I'm not sure if we're getting any Twitter comments on here because you guys ain't commenting, but you should.
Should say what up.
For real.
Let's see if it's gonna... This is the video with the sound is recording.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. I can't remember what he used for explosives or if they ever figured it out, but I know it was something crazy because it wasn't like the normal C4 type. It wasn't like it was something outside the box that he had used to blow the shit up. But again, all motivated by like a lizard-esque type of people. Now, when you take someone like a Billy Corgan, do you think Billy Corgan's someone that you can't believe? Like this dude.
What does he have to gain by saying that,
Right. What do you have? You probably got more to lose, really, than anything. Because if, people are like, oh, this dude, oh, here we go, bro. Another crazy rock star. He's on the shit. It's who was it? That was like what's her face there? Oh man, now I can't remember her name. She's one of the singers that came out and was doing the Stephen Greer what's her name, bro?
Popular. She
popular, bro. I'm bugging out right now.
Yeah, she went to she relapsed.
Yeah.
She went to treatment.
What do you leave a comment, bro? I can't remember who she is.
Come on, somebody help us out here.
What's her name? Her name is damn, bro, for real.
It's not Ariana Grande. It's come on, bro. We gotta know this.
This is bugged out right now.
I can't do it.
Let me see if I can Google it real quick. What are you singing the song? Yeah.
Heart attack.
Singer
Demi Lovato.
Yeah, Bro, how hard was that?
That was difficult. It shouldn't have been that difficult, but
all the information spewed tonight, and we lost Demi, bro.
I had the helmet.
Sorry, Demi. Yeah. No, for real though, so it's like when you look at some of these people, it's hard to say. Like her, it's tough, because some people would, look at her drug abuse as the way to discredit her. But these people believe this shit, man. They believe this shit is happening. We got
There it is.
What is it?
Demi Lovato woke up to 3 extraterrestrial beings in their room.
Allegedly. What? Yeah, run that shit.
Let me see.
Could be a video.
Kelly Clark's. Hold on. See, this is how shit comes up. Like, you mention something, it leads to something else. We're in Tennessee, you bring up Greer. So that's just how research goes. Just follow the trails.
You'll get back to the source. That's it, though. It's just you gotta think of all of it. But it's just, I guess, coincidental with. Oh, here we go.
I haven't seen you since your haircut. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my God, how wonderful is that to just take a shower and get out? And it's like,
I will tell you, it is so nice because my hair air dries really well. Like it was cut really well. And I spend like 0 time on my hair now. It's so
oh my God. And it looks so hot. Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
Well, wait, in that clip we just saw you looking for aliens. So have you seen an alien? Have you ever had an experience?
I have never seen an face, but I have seen a lot of weird things in the sky that can't be explained, and even on the ground.
Nope.
Yes.
No, but you did hypnotherapy, and I've always wanted to do it for like separate reasons. But like you did hypnotherapy to learn more about the encounter, right?
Yes.
Did you have a crazy experience doing it?
I didn't have like a crazy experience doing it, but I think doing it for this, I did it for a crazy experience that I had.
Yeah.
I had where I was dreaming, and I say dreaming very loosely because I don't really know what happened, but I all of a sudden was in my room, and I know I said, I sound, but this
like
is
me.
gonna sound so out there, but just bear with me. So I woke up in my room, and there was like 3 beings, and they were like, "Do you want to see your planet?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry."
So you were like, "Hell yeah!"
I was like, "Hell yeah, let's go!" So I like whooshed out of my room and was like hovering over the planet, and then all of a sudden they're like, "You want to see our planet?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" So then I whooshed to this like pink and purple planet that I've never seen, and so that with the hypnotherapy, I was like trying to figure out what exactly that was. Was it like, I don't want to use the word abduction because that implies that it wasn't with consent. I was totally for it. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yes.
So I can't call it like an abduction. I called it an astral projection for a long time because I went somewhere else.
Yeah.
But then I realized maybe this was just an encounter that I had.
Yeah.
And I talk about that on the show.
Well, it's so funny that you're talking about this, like, because is stuff like that real, or is it you're just like so vulnerable and your walls are down and you're so like I sound like a stoner. I sound like a stoner. I'm not a stoner. I'm not.
All right, so that's
I
good.
just mean like
She,
it's interesting.
But you get the point. She was doing all of the shit with Dr. Stephen Greer. And I believe it's the CE5 app, to where they were like doing whatever his method of meditation is to which I would love to try. Like, we got to try next summer. We got to get out there and try Stephen Greer's CE5 app. See if we can make something.
I don't think that I have the meditation part down.
It takes practice.
See some weird shit.
takes practice, bro. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't want to go out. I don't feel like I'm going to go out there on day one and see some shit.
Yeah, so I get it going. I pull that shit out in front of people and be like, yo, oh y'all want to see some shit? Like, what's up? I'll call them right now because it makes these. I think it's funny shit.
Yeah, and it's wild because they do say that it works, man. And Stephen Greer is like one of the leading guys that never really gets no play. Like he gets some play, but he's like gets no real credit for what's going on right now.
Yeah, cats don't like him, but he's been doing this shit for a minute, man.
Oh, no diggity. Well, we'll start wrapping this one up.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tapping in. It was excellent conversation, Irv. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give us a share. Irv, you got anything for the peoples?
Nah, thank you for tuning in. Catch us next time. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't forget the toy drive, 4th annual Flippers Barbershop in Troy, New York. Still accepting toys. What's the cutoff date on that?
So we will be distributing them December 19th. So December 18th would be the best day to get them to us by. And these toys really help us make a positive impact in our community. They're all being donated to the Rourke Center of Troy this year. Stop in 97 Congress Street, Troy, New York. And so we would say December 18th. And we hope to see you guys there. And
Peace.
Peace out.